What up, what up? Hey, Facebook. Hey, Valtopia. It's me, Valtopia. What's happening? Funky good time. Let's get some people on here. Say hello, say hello. Let me know if you watch the replay. All right, let me turn off the James Brown. What up, people? Are you ready for this amazing live stream I have coming through for you today? I had an incredible conversation with a new person today and asked her a few questions, and these questions were so good. So I thought this is what we're going to talk about today. Hey, Jess, how are you? Hey, everybody. Say hello, share the stream. Let's hang around. I got something good for you every day, every time, and especially today. Say hi. Say hi. I'm just sharing this around, letting everybody have a minute to jump on, and we will get started. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Hey, Laura, how are you? Yes, Jess, tag your friends. Tell them it's Valtopia o'clock, honey. It is time. All right, let me share this to Valtopia, the free group. Are you in there yet? All right, and then let me share this music. I put on this little royalty-free music. What up, what up? And can you answer the question? You're taking it easy, nice. Can you answer the question before we even get started? And let me put the comments in there. And how'd you fare with this moon? Tell me how you are doing. Jess says, I am not. You are not what? See, I ask stuff and then I'm busy sharing and then I'm like, what, huh? The top 3 reasons you're not expanding to the next level. This is what I was talking about today with a friend, a new person in the Valtopia sphere. And it was so powerful, I wanted to share it with you. Laura says, today was weird for me. Just getting back on. I missed D-Lab Live. I'll come on live in there afterwards, okay? Because nobody else was on there. Paul and I got to hang out, but the rest of it. Hey, Rochelle! Happy Earth Day. That's right. We're going to do a grounding and earth connection. We will. We will. We will. So what was weird, Laura? What happened? Let me turn this down. It's way too loud and not fabulous enough. I just wanted some little bit of music in the background. Do y'all miss the Tibetan gongs? Oh, Jess, come in the free group, honey. I pop in there sometimes when you'd least expect it and read cards. And because you least expect it, well, it could just be you and you get a free reading. And it's not free. If you get a reading with me, it's divinely intended and it's beautiful. And I do want that community space to be special. So let me see, where else can I share this? I need to share more spaces because I feel the vibes. Who feels the energy? Who feels, well, just book one in and get your very own. Can you do that? Let's see, I'm gonna share this to this place. All right. Here we go. And then I'm going to share lots of solar plexus and emotions. Okay. Okay, well, I was feeling a lot over the last few days, and I want to talk about it. I totally want to talk about it. Join us live. And then I'm going to share. Let's share in permission too. Have you guys done the free permission to clearing yet? Have you done it? Because it's really powerful. I'm still getting feedback. Still getting feedback. Patricia says, the moon has charged me up. Now I need to focus. Yes, I love it. Patricia says, you look amazing and glowing. Thank you. I feel amazing and I am glowing. And have you been watching me last week? Did you see me in the last few days when I was all emo and a little bit sensitive and vulnerable? Did you see that one? So let us get into this topic because today I have the pleasure of speaking with a new possible client and Valtopian, and she had reached out in a group and was looking to up level. She's a successful, creative, amazing person who has multi-talents and a successful business, and has ADD, and is a therapist, but also is a musician. So she's got a combination of, this is my ideal client: perfectionism, people pleasing, high achieving, total baller. I mean, and then wanting to combine the multi-talents into a cohesive experience and bring that into the next level of knowing that she knows she is. But there's some issues, there's some different issues. And so I wanted to listen and hear what the story was. And I asked her the question, what are your top 3? Hi, Pamela. Hi, Angela. Angela says the moon's me feeling amazing. I know, but it was a little bit rough patch to get through, and that's good. That's good to go through a rough patch. That's when you really realize, oh, what's going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome. So here's the thing. I was talking with this lovely person, and I said, well, what do you think? She said, I want to get to the next level. I already know how to do mindset. I already know how to do woo. I already understand these things. I want somebody that's going to help me really overcome my limitations and go into what I see for myself. And she already has it visualized, what she desires. So I said, well, this is so great. You already know what you desire, because so many people don't even know what they want. And that's some of the work that we have to do, is getting clear on what you even want that feels right for you. But she already knows. She's already accomplished, successful, and is understanding that it's time to progress to another level. And so I asked her, what do you think the top 3 reasons are that it's not happening for you, what you know is here for you? So I'd like you to ask yourself that question too. If there's a longing you have, an understanding you have about your life and how you desire to grow. I'm going to turn this off. It's driving me nuts. And you know, what is it? What are the top 3 things that keep you from going and expanding and not shrinking and staying where you are? I would love to hear your answers, and I will pick somebody to do a reading with about it. Isn't this exciting? So let me see. Pamela says, cool picking back of you. Hi, Pamela. This is my painting I did last week. I do my paintings in layers, and some of them happen over years, and some of them happen really fast. This one was a painting. It was blue and white. You can see it in some of my old live streams back in 2017. And I painted it with my ex-husband when we were still trying to work things out. Isn't that sweet? But then there was so much pain that happened. I wanted to paint over it and restore the energy. And I did one layer and it just didn't work. And then I just did the last layer last week. And I love how much beauty has evolved from this canvas and the layers of release and integration and activation. So beautiful. So yes, Rochelle, reach out, honey. I'm here for you. What do you feel? You feel lit as fuck. Yes, Rochelle. Hi, Wendy. Fear of success, says Patricia. Okay, that's an awesome one. That is totally one of the ones that we get. I feel like we need a little bit of music, right? Let's put on some royalty-free jazz here. Someone's throat chakra is ready to pop. I can feel it. I can feel it. So, all right, here we go. So keep putting them in the comments. Let's hear, because chances are we all have similar things, and this is something that we can talk about and resolve right now. Tiffany is procrastinating on meditation. Oh, that is one of my specialties, because I have a real problem with that myself. Jess says, I feel like mine are anxiety, trouble focusing, and fear. Very good, Jess. Very good. And Patricia says, I struggle with humility and pride, fear of judgment from yourself and others, huh? Hey, Lara. Hey. Tiffany says, not slowing down and doing me. Yes, that's a huge one. And not asking for help. Hello. That's a huge one. Hello, Valtopian. Rochelle says, yes, me too. That next level of success totally is a fear. Okay, let's pin it down, Rochelle. What's the fear? You see, as you get into the specifics of it, you can start to pinpoint where you're going with this. So I love this. This is so powerful. So for this client, this client that I talked to today, too much pride. Yeah. And what is pride? It's fear of being judged, right? And not being perfect. Fear of being not wanting to not be perfect. Releasing judgment would help us. And so that was the first thing for this client is people pleasing. And that's one of my top traits of my clients, because that was one of my things, right? And as empaths, most of my clients are empathic, highly sensitive beings who can feel others emotionally. Empathic can really understand the other side of things as well as their own. And we tend to, as empaths and people pleasers, we tend to, as empaths, be people pleasers and have a lack of boundaries because we can feel everybody to some degree. And it's easier for us to modulate them than it is ourself. Did you hear what I just said? Who wants to put that in the comments for me? Financial fear. Yes, Rochelle. Hi, Jenny. Welcome. Tiffany says, I got this, right? Not knowing where you need to right? Shame to ask for help, fear of being vulnerable. Rochelle says that I can leave Hannah's dad without fear. Oh, I got you. You've got a situation where, okay. See, I went through that and I had to trust myself before I had any guarantee of safety or success. And that was one of the biggest lessons I'll ever have. And now that I'm free, there's still layers of trusting myself and backing myself that I'm seeing reflected back to me, not only in my potential clients, those of you who watch me, fear that we won't fulfill ourselves, right? The reason we don't invest in something or ourselves or follow through is all this comes down to, will we do it? Will we do and be who we feel and know? Yeah, trusting the process, says Patricia, exactly. Tiffany says, letting my ego take over instead of higher self. Yep. Fear of failure. Jess fears the hurdles that I will face and the judgment. Yep. Yeah. That's real. It's a real fear. Tiffany says, ego is not my amigo. I love that. That's hilarious. Jess says, fear of not knowing how I'm going to do it and not having a plan. Okay. Let's talk about all of these. Patricia says, easier to modulate them instead of doing ourselves. That's huge right there, right? Fear of the unknown. Pamela, that one's huge. That one's huge and keeps so many of us, especially sensitive beings who are used to sort of making cozy with whatever it is and tolerating it and creating the best of it because we're magical beings. And instead of using our magic to then trust our longings and follow what we're being guided to, we cap ourselves, we limit ourselves. And in doing so, we not only limit ourselves, we limit everyone. And if we're modulating others to make ourselves feel comfortable, how are we possibly opening ourselves or others up to our highest guidance? That all just came through. Laura says, same, peeling all the layers back, which is great. I just need to reach out. Yes. Wait, Rochelle says, girl, mine is I'm always in a course. Okay, Rochelle, I feel you. I have been in so many different courses, and I would take several at once because I had to fix the problem, because I had to get out and I had to figure it out. And I was always imagining that this is the thing that's going to fix me. This is the thing that's going to fix me and help me figure out what stuff I don't know how to do. And that was the same thing with this client today, potential client, was that this, when we have ADD, when we have a creative genius brain, when we are multi-passionate and super brilliant and have all this creative visionary energy coming through us, there's some basic shit that we just don't know how to do, right? Hey, Tish. And when we feel so much guilt and shame around that we tend to accommodate and we tend to ask for less than what we really know we're worthy of because we think, well, we're retarded, kind of, so what are we going to do? I don't like to use that word, but I've said it and felt it about myself when I was so brilliant in some areas. I sing, I play music, I worked in effects, I have credits in Oscar-winning movies. I'm a baller. I've done a bunch of amazing shit. And some of the most basic stuff confuses the heck out of me, okay? And that is how my clients are. And those of you who are watching me are. And instead of doing what I've done, which is to roll around in the guilt and the shame and feel less than and hide and run because I don't want to be a bother or irritate anybody, be irritating. Be messy as fuck. Stand up. Make an ass out of yourself and get somewhere. Do you feel me? Pamela says, I need to live in the moment. Jess says, I feel like I have all these ideas, but putting them on paper is hard. Okay, what's harder? Putting your ideas on paper or staying stuck? Which one's harder? I know, because I've been a bitch about writing my stuff. I've been, I don't know. We tell ourselves we don't know. We get foggy and we believe the fog and we believe the guilt. We believe the obligation. We believe the fearful energy and retreat from ourselves. Instead of pushing through the awkward, messy, irritating, embarrassing growth. Growth is messy. It's like you got to burst out of yourself, right? And so we think we're protecting ourselves. We feel like we're being safe. We think we can play it safe. And do you know what I've been doing? One toe in and one toe out. Didn't look like it from the outside if you're watching me. I mean, in 3 years since I've gotten divorced, I've run this international business and helped people around the world, and my children's relationships better, and I'm more fit, and I look better than I did. But really, I could now always go in more fully and trust more deeply and care less about what other people think and listen more to myself and slow down more and do that meditation and just fucking do it and believe in myself. And even when I've invested a lot of money and made the commitment to myself to go the next level, I've sabotaged while I grew. And that's okay, because there were lessons for me to learn in that sabotage. And now I'm so clear, and we keep getting clearer, and we keep deciding more focused, committed decisions based on a fresh level of cells and DNA and beingness, right? And connection. And the darkness that we go through each cycle, each cosmic cycle, brings up all this gnarly stuff, and it's so easy to get caught up in those feelings of anxiety and guilt and confusion. And it's very illuminating and important to let them inform you where you're out of alignment and what isn't working. And to keep, I show up in my shadow, and it's so uncomfortable. Can I tell you, the last few days when I live stream, I was like, ugh. But I did it. And a lot of the times when I've shown up in my shadow and shared anyway, some of those days are some of the most powerful days where people say, I needed to hear what you said today. I needed to hear the message. And that doesn't mean I might have hit my financial target, okay? Or I may not have mastered all the things that I had on, but on the whole, I'm celebrating. And you've got to celebrate the steps that you are taking. And you've got to honor each day that you do come back to yourself more fully. And you've got to invite yourself to believe back in yourself. And look at these reasons that you're not hitting your level and decide, is this the thing? Is this the thing that's gonna stop me? So if I don't know how to do something, what do we do? What do you do if you don't know how to do? Like, all these reasons you've written down, you could keep going with them until you offer yourself an expansive and infinite solution. And it's looking at the stuff and admitting it in a group that helps. Just as I'm so scared of going live, I fear the idea of making a fool of myself. Well, just let me tell you, honey, you can go back and watch my first live streams back in 2016. I was one of the first people to go live. And let me tell you, nobody was going live, so there'd be like thousands of people suddenly on my stream. And I just did it. I just did it anyway, and I felt stupid. Yeah, Laura, fuck the fear and find your flow. And then, in 2017, a wonderful friend of mine that was a camerawoman in Hollywood, we did a beautiful experience called Epic Video Rockstar, and I'm about to re-release it because so many people have this fear. And the truth is, when you can just come on here and connect with your people and promote your shit, it's really powerful. I don't mean to say promote your shit. That sounds so tactless, but it's important for you to find a vehicle of expression. And the thing about going live, especially if you haven't done it, is you're gonna feel stupid the first few times you do it. And it's actually very expansive to be vulnerable and open up and let yourself make a fool of yourself and see what happens, you know? So, and I want to let you know that D-Lab, my new experience, did launch, and we started today. If anybody wants a last minute entrance, message me. We will be doing Epic Video Rockstar in week 4, as well as the Love Drop, Releasing Shame to Receiving Guidance, and everything new that's coming through. It's super beautiful, and I love the crew that we have in there. Small, intimate, and powerful. Shamans, visionaries. Let me see these comments. Ask for help. Exactly, Tiffany, ask for help. And so that's what I've been learning myself. There was a lot of time in the beginning of my journey where I had to just learn to stand up for myself and define my boundaries and be brave and do things, push myself and make decisions that I'd been waffling on. And then now the last period has been about learning how to run a business and how to manage certain emotional things that were tripping me up, and how to balance growing as a visionary leader and messenger and artist and running this worldwide virtual business that changes on all the time, and balance my family and my health and wellness and believing in myself and going into the unknown and investing in things before I have a guarantee that anybody's going to pay for it, and letting myself just let the divine magic come through. This is what we do. This is how we grow. I believe in myself. I'm backing myself. Now I may get freaked out during the dark shadow and think, oh, what did I do? But I've already made the commitment. And in those moments, I get to see where my weak points are and journal them and paint them and talk to my mentors and talk to my private communities. And then now I'm on the other side of it. And I'm like, wow, that was some gnarly shit. And I'm so glad I cleared that. And now we have a whole new level of perspective because I didn't let myself off the hook. I didn't let myself off the hook. Please message me right now, Jess. I'll be here. Patricia says, be vulnerable and open to the magic the universe has for us. Yes, balance is vital. Balance is vital. Do you know, last night my son was putting him to bed, and I said, my eldest, and I said, we were talking about these things a little bit, and I asked him, well, what is the secret? And he said, balance. Balance is the secret. I love it. My 10-year-old knows the answer to life. Balance is key. And so, you know what? I am all about the understanding where your extremes and edges are for you, not anybody else, and owning that edge and then living into it and finding your own balance. And a lot of times, for those of us who are overachieving, creative, visionary, mystical, way showers and leaders, the balance thing is tricky, and we haven't really been guided the right way. And when I say the right way, it means a way that works for you, a way that works for you. You might have invested thousands of dollars in these other guides, and their lessons are super valid, but you may not be able to hear or absorb them yet because you need to ground, we need to center, we need to open up our channels and get aligned so that we can actually handle some of the guidance without feeling traumatized and without getting so triggered that we run in the other direction. You feel me on this one? Thank you. Patricia says I'm an inspiration. Pamela says it's a very interesting subject. It's life, honey. This is like our best life. This is how we do this. This is how we shift anything. I feel like I could shift anything now. And even when I doubt myself, I know who to ask for support. I know I have a foundation now set in place to make sure that my ego and the darkness that does come through when it's time to experience and learn from that doesn't take over and bring me down into a spiral, you know? Because I've done that before, plenty. Laura says, I never went live either until after I did the Abundance Awakening with Val. $22 on my website if the link is working. the kick in the ass I needed. I love it. And now look at you. You've got a whole group and you're growing so fast, Laura. Thank you, Jess. I look forward to talking to you. Hi, Tanya Lou. This is so fascinating. So, hey, Greg, how are you? All right, so we understand now that we have these sabotages and we know what they are. So what are you guys going to do about it? And what is the thing that you're desiring to shift? Or what is something that you're dreaming of? Or what are you longing for? Or what's your next level that you're expanding to? I'd love to know. You know, I come on here all the time and read and connect with you. I'd love to know. And I want to pick somebody to read. I'm only going to do one person. I'm preserving myself for the Dream Lab because I'm going to go in there. And if you want to be in the Dream Lab and come get in on tonight's reading and the next 6 weeks of magical transformation, it is a high level-ish experience. I say ish, I have higher level, higher cost programs, but this isn't a free or quick thing. This is a very deep, powerful 6 weeks with me in a group. Glad you're doing well, Greg. Jenny says being timid. Being timid, and that's fear of judgment, right? Fear of judgment from yourself. You don't want to look silly. And so, you know, when we're not late, I'm burping because I'm clearing this throat chakra energy. Laura's so excited. Jenny's trying to balance fierce with timid. Oh, that sounds like you're afraid when you actually let yourself go, it'll be too much. You'll be too much. Is that what it is? So you learn to just keep it on the down low. You know, I moved a lot as a kid myself. I moved since I was 3. I just kept moving every 2 years. And I think I always stick out. There's like I don't blend in anywhere. And that was awkward to be the new kid and be the person that doesn't blend in. And I learned to make jokes and kind of put on a veneer to feel okay and to protect myself, and I'm still learning to relax, even though I'm pretty authentic, real with you guys, and I'm natural now. And you know, we all have these layers of protection that we can let go of more and more as we feel more comfortable in our skin and let ourselves be ourselves. The more we let ourselves be ourselves, the more we see and honor the people that do that for us and let the ones go that don't. And you know, these investments in upping our money level, it's all perception and belief. And I know this because I've been through it, and I'm still learning to go to another level of understanding for myself that goes beyond anything anybody in my family or people I've known have superseded. Besides people I've met in online space that I've invested in because they have beautiful results that I desire in my life. And I've put myself on the line to learn that, to bring it through to my clients and my tribe, because I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't believe in ourselves and back ourselves and do what we need to do. And I've believed this long before this online experience. I came out to Los Angeles when my family didn't think I didn't have a job when I was 27. I had a master's degree, a technical degree, and I knew I'd be all right. So I did it, even though they were scared. I knew. If you know deep inside, then you're going to do it. So do it. Do it. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, you know, but is easier than letting yourself down and staying in stagnation, getting sick. That's what was happening to me. Jenny says, I hold back and repress, and then it builds up until you overdo it. Yes, that's a pattern. It's a pattern, right? Hi, Jessica. Jessica's working on her intuition and medium abilities. Excellent. I love opening up your whatever your stuff is and letting you, feel really more comfortable with that. A lot of the energy work and clearing and activations that we do just lets you see more of who you are. Laura can explain a little bit about that. I love the way she's such a great writer. Patricia, don't hold back anymore. Just don't. You can't go too far, you know. You're too far as your life. You know, if you back yourself and you're like, okay, I can't go too far. I'm not going to fuck this up. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to take the heat because I got my back. So let's do this. Let's do this. That's how we go forward. And honestly, that's how it was for me at a certain point in my marriage. I felt really angry, like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to? And then I realized that I had my own resources that I was not tapping into that I could. And I put myself on the line. But there was a split decision in that moment where I was like, no, I'm going to believe myself and back myself. And I made a $5,000 investment and I made it back a week later. A week later. And that's not to say that that's going to be your story. I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything about your story, especially if I haven't met you yet or you're not working with me. But what I do know is that these techniques and tools and energy and what is available to all of us will shift us when we believe in ourselves and allow it to be our truth and be in community with others who are believing and allowing it to be our truth. And the only way it's going to come into being and really be our truth is if we stand up and do it and be it. That's it. I'm done. I got to go. All right, let me see what these comments are. I can't wait to put that on Instagram. Jenny's trying to balance. Okay. Laura remembers seeing me in 2016. She's been watching me from the beginning. Laura says, I've been expressing so much through my writing. Your writing is amazing, Laura. Put your group in here so people can go enjoy your group. I'm inspired to write a book. This is huge. Yay! Oh, I know someone that can teach you write your book in one of my masterminds. Greg says, don't water yourself down for anybody if they can't handle you at 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I have. And can you believe it? It doesn't seem like I would ever water myself down. And I mean, I tried to. I can't help but be myself. So that was a painful experience. Jess says, I feel like I'm not much of a writer. Well, we don't have to be a writer to express ourselves. You know, I express myself this way. I do write as well. And sometimes it's easier for me to bring it through in a, oops, that light's not. I guess I'm just going to go until it's dark. How about that? Because it's getting late. Let's see. Laura says, through these experiences and what you take with you, how much you release and heal yourself. So priceless. Yeah, Laura watched me for 2 years and did the $22 Abundance Awakening and woke up. So Michelle says, am I doing readings? Michelle, I've been on for a while and I brought through this beautiful message and I'm going to read one of you. I'm going to read one of you. The person who I'm just going to see who is supposed to be. You're an artist. Okay, Jess. Well, being an artist is an amazing way to express yourself. And let me tell you, Jess, if you're empathic and you're cued into frequencies and energy, there's a good chance that your art is healing. You know, music, color, light, when we power our emotions and feelings into these frequencies, they are healing for others. So it's really important that we bring through the healing, our medicine that we're meant to bring through. For ourselves first, without judgment. Just let it be what it is. Some days are going to be, you're going to like it. Some days you're not. But every day you're bringing through your medicine for yourself and ideally for others. And you're believing in yourself and you're believing in a world where you're allowed to express your feelings. You're allowed to tell others how you feel. You don't manage other people's feelings. You let them have their reactions. You handle your own. You're grounded. You're centered. You're connected. Right? These are all choices that we get to have. Yes, for some of us, it's really hard to get into a place of feeling relaxed and having the time to do these things. I get it. I used to work in a cubicle. I used to be in a place where I was alone with kids all the time and had no time to myself. And I shifted everything. I went and had a massage today, and I'm going to paint, and I'm free. But I had to do this. I had to make this happen. I didn't get it given to me. I braved my own stupid, scary storm to get here, and I know if I could do it, you could do it. You can. Jess says, I will join. Yes! I love it. Oh, you're going to join Laura's group. Beautiful. Yeah, Laura's shares so many gorgeous things. Jess said, I never thought about it that way. Yeah. Greg says, me. Hi, Colin. Scorpio saying hi from Toronto. Welcome. Thank you. All right, so let's get to this reading. Yes, Laura says you have to put in the work. And what I want everybody to know, Laura, is that it's not just work, it's support. Right, Laura? It's not just work, it's support too. Because sometimes when we look at a class or a guide or someone, we think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to that's just like a bunch of time I don't have. Imagine having so much support that everything changes so much for you that suddenly time opens up for you. Suddenly you're clear. Suddenly you're making different decisions than you've made in weeks or even years. Suddenly shit's happening that you've been dreaming and asking for because you finally get the support and the solutions and the daily tips and tricks you need to get over yourself. This is what I've been going through, and I'm distilling it through. And you can find guides to help you. You don't have to stay stuck. You can find people that inspire you and light you up and bring through solutions to get to. There's no reason for any of us to settle down and think that we are powerless or don't have the ability to shift our lives into a beautiful space of being for ourselves and each other. Amen. All right. Let me go up and read all these comments. Jess says, I needed to hear this. Be free to be yourself. Laura says, if you are drawn to Val, this is a calling you should not ignore. Thank you, Laura. Michelle says, you were going to read to me last time, then you did a group reading. Okay, Michelle. All right, honey. Yes, we do it together. True that. Patricia says, I love people supporting each other. We are all connected. We are. And the higher we allow ourselves to resonate with our own truth, the higher we connect to others who are doing that, and the more those of us who are doing that create a beautiful light grid of creation or dark grid or whatever you want to call it, a connection. We're talking to each other on all the levels and shifting what is our reality of being, right? Laura says we show up together and we do it together. Amazing shifts. Yes, suddenly. Amen. My throat chakra's popping. Too much support can make you depending on them to support you. Yeah, no, this is not about too much support. Obviously, Greg. Why the fuck would I be doing anything of too much? It's all perfect. No, I'm just kidding. Support isn't about me doing anything for you. A good guide, a good mentor who supports you properly believes in you to do the work and to find your own answers, but gives you the tools, techniques, and inspires you with so much light and energy that fires you up to do the work and to support yourself, right? And the proper community, proper meaning an aligned community that you're drawn to, that you feel you could grow and open up and be vulnerable and expand and feel awkward and grow with, that's the kind of support we're talking about, Greg. Preach! Michelle says sometimes it's taking one small step. It's absolutely about taking those small steps. Always feel free to express yourself. Yes. Thank you, Greg. All right. So, it's getting dark, guys. I'm going to need to do this reading or plug in the light. Why don't I plug in the light? Let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not unattractive because I won't have that. Let's see. Ooh, it's not fabulous. Let's just say that. Let's see. Do we need to shift this a little bit? All right, let's get this reading going because I got to get on to the rest of my evening. Yes, support doesn't mean other people do the work. Exactly. It doesn't mean not in my community, not in the way I do it, not in what I've chosen for myself. Support is about feeling like you have a safe space to express your confusion and ask for solutions. It's not about complaining and staying stuck and having people pity you or keep you stuck in victim mode. It's about having a reflection back to you that, yes, I do believe in you. I certainly hold you up to it, and I know you're going to get this done. And yes, you will when you're ready. When you're ready. I'm here. That's me. Namaste. Thank you, Jess. All right, so it's a loving push to do what you need to. Yeah, when you get reflected back, I'm up-leveling all the time. I'm growing. Those who stay in my community and up-level in the Valtopia sphere, they're growing and they're changing. And those of you who see that and want that, you will come and go as you can. That's what we do in these type of communities. We get in the arena and we change, and sometimes it's too much and we got to take a little break and we run from ourselves and we sabotage again and then we come back in. It's like I always say, you're never just one thing. You're either, coming back into yourself or going away from yourself. So if you found that you've gone away from yourself, well, come back on in, right? Just come back on in. Don't run away from yourself. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a generally based reading for everyone here. so that everyone can get the daily collective read. And then I'm going to allow my intuition to tell me who I need to do. Look at this. Yes, and this is kind of where we are in the first week of the D-Lab. It says nature walk. So we want to make sure and ground. And we were decluttering in the pre-work. We were clearing our space. And now this week we're going to begin with decluttering the emotions and there we go. Who felt their throat chakra open? That was a big clearing. Woo! We're going to be clearing old perceptions and beliefs and other people's energy out of our field. And we're going to begin to learn what our own energy feels like, clear of all this stuff. And that's going to be our self-care. We're going to learn more about our own self-care so that we can make more powerful decisions. Laura, look at this, solar plexus. Jess, you felt that? Yeah, it's still clearing a little bit. Your mother always believed in you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Back and forth, I know, right? All right, so the next community card for us as we clear this throat chakra. Listen to that beautiful piano, honey. I kind of feel like going and seeing some jazz somewhere tonight. I don't know, my kids. Should I go see some jazz somewhere? That would be nice. Look at this. Why do I like to engage? Right? We're just talking about being in community. Laura says, of course. Hi, Brandy. How are you? Your daughter is not supporting. Well, when we find people aren't supportive, either it's reflecting something back to us that we're looking for and we can shift that in ourselves, or we shift our expectation and we let them be who they are. These are all the kind of things that we tune into. And I hated it when people first told me that it's all me. I still get mad when I'm in my darkness and my mentors and coaches say, it's you. And I'm like, it's not me. I have a tantrum. It's them, it's not me, right? But it's us. We are able to shift our reaction, choice, belief, and allow the truth of who we are to be reflected back to us. We get to do that. It's not something we have to do. It's something we get to do. So look at this. We have cooperation. So this is really about balance, right? And connecting together. And community. I love that. All right. I love jazz. Look at us all jazzing out. I should go. Thank you, Colin. Laura says we shift and everyone around us begins to shift. Yeah, Laura knows. She shifted so rapidly over her night that she was gifted another course of mine because her family member was like, whoa, what happened to you? This is amazing. Go be in the live music. Yeah. Are you clearing too, Laura? Oh my goodness. Laura's team Valtopia now. See, we are a beautiful, powerful collective of empaths in Valtopia, and I'm loving that our community is growing. I'm about 3,000 strong on Instagram, and we're about, what is it? How many are we on? Did you guys go and like my business page yet so you know when I'm live? This is the Valtopia Studios page here. Let's see, how many do we have now? I'm looking for the number, but I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, 1581. That's not, that's cool. I love the Valtopia page though. I love everybody. You feel it inside, Greg? You're working to afford the experience. Okay. Well, and I feel you, and I invite you to honor, like visualizing what's on the other side of opening up and clearing stuff that you didn't even know was distracting or blocking you from knowing your answers. And that's how I felt after this moon, you guys. I felt the darkness and the heaviness. And I come from an immigrant family on one side, and there was the depression stuff on the other side, and I've really been working through some money story stuff to clear it for myself and my tribe, and it's my responsibility and honor to clear that so that I can be a more effective human and guide and leader in my life. I'm not going to let my stories stop me from being able to stand up and create this experience of what I'm creating. I'm not going to let that slip through my fingers because of like my trouble my grandparents or my great-grandparents imprinted into my perceptions and beliefs. I could clear that shit, so I'm clearing it. And it was heavy, dark energy. And in that heaviness, I just couldn't see. I couldn't see the answers. And now on the other side of that release, and like I had this massage today, it was like so much coming through. It's just, it's amazing when you clear your cells and your energy and your blood and your body and your being, and you create a life where you're daily in that space of refreshment. It's amazing what happens. And your whole life can change rapidly. And so let yourself go towards that. Colin says, just because someone disagrees doesn't mean the message should be discarded. Sometimes an opposite view is all we need to navigate the darkness. Yeah, I find I tend to, even though I'm colorful and light and bright, I bring through the darkness too. I walk through the darkness. I find my edges. We are whole creatures and beings. And I feel as an artist and a musician and as a guide that wants to guide everybody, not just a small percentage so I can make some money or whatever. I mean, I really believe in my cause and passion to guide creative visionaries, artists, way showers, empaths, mystics, spiritual leaders. That's like a deep path. There's a lot of stuff there that keeps most of us from expressing ourselves. I ain't afraid. I stood up and did it, so I'm here with you. Here I am. All right. Yes, I painted the pictures behind me. I don't know if I'm coming to Tulsa anytime soon, but I should do one. Okay, Rochelle, send me a message. Yeah, Laura, DNA activation. Pamela says snug. What you mean, babe? Who's smug? Jenny says we are whole creatures. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And our darkness and our vulnerable parts and the parts that we want to hide and that we like in those moments, like I was saying earlier in the live stream, the messiness and the awkwardness that we will allow ourselves in the embarrassment and the judgment, if we could just let that be, then that's when we grow. That's when we grow, right? Thank you, Greg. And I still want to know what Pamela means about smug. What you talking about? All right, let me pull out one of my cards here for everybody. Finish this collective reading. Oh, there we go. Aha. Look at this. Self-doubt, and frequencies. So many of us listed earlier in the live stream that one of our, things holding us back is self-doubt. And frequencies, the frequencies that I bring through, that we can bring through, can shift your energy into a place of love, self-love and creation. The love and activation just card came up for me. I know, it's so perfect, isn't it? Well, that's the way it is, Jess. My readings are always on point. All right, so guess a number between 1 and 10. You like the music? Colin says, Jess, I totally agree. We are whole and complete beings of love. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. In all our messiness. Clearing out, wait, okay, I don't know, I'm not following Pamela's dialogue. Smuggling, clearing out, what you talking about, girl? Laura says 7, Tanya says 3, Jess says 7. Jess is guessing all the numbers. All right, Pamela guessed the right number. But Pamela needs to explain to me what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. This lighting is not attractive, honey. All right, thank you for guessing. Pamela guessed the right number. Let me put this. That's a little better. There we go. What you apologizing for, Pamela? What you talking about? All right, Pamela's next. Pamela's not next. Pamela is the lucky winner of the reading. if she'd like one. I have no idea what's going on there. But would you like a reading? And did you put in the comments what were your top 3 reasons for your own feeling of not accomplishing or living out in a way that aligns to you? Did you put that earlier on the stream? I don't remember. Let's do a little watch party. Doo-ba doo boo, ba ba doo ba doo boo doo. Do 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 do. All right. Now I do want to go hear some jazz. Hold on. All right, Pamela. Here we go. I'm just going to do a little tone to clear this energy. You guys ready for this? Okay, ready? Thank you. All right. Okay. Yay! I know the watch party is fun, isn't it? All right, here we go. Pamela's ready. So Pamela, I just cleared all that energy and I'm already still feeling it again. So do you have a lot of tight energy up in the bottom of your throat? Can you feel your own energy centers? Do you feel me tuning into you? And do you feel all this painful energy right here? That hurts. Tell me what your answer is. Hi, Yadira. Yadira. Do, 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 do. Come on. It is you. Okay. All right, let's see what my eye says. So I feel a lot of a little bit of resistance, and I feel your third eye and some crown energy. Let's see what's going on with you, Pamela. I feel like there's a mother. You were talking about. I feel a mother energy. And I feel your heart chakra. And yeah, it's like a ancestral line of resistance for you. Look at this. You got healthy lifestyle and abundance. We got the abundance card twice today. I love it. And challenges resolved in your favor. Oh, my ear is going nutty too, Pamela. It's going boo. So, let me see. How does that resonate for you? And do you feel the energy shifting as I'm tuned in with you? And thank you everybody for joining me today. This has been really fun. I'm about to pop off. Do-do-do-do-do. Did-it-ay. Pamela, how are you doing? I feel like this is deep inside. Like there's a lot of layers around the awareness for you in terms of tuning in. Look at this. Peaceful wisdom comes with surrender. Not yet. Yeah, it wants to pop. So surrender is such a tricky one for so many of us. Surrender is pretty much what I was talking about all through the beginning of the live stream in terms of, do you believe in, do you back, do you have faith And do you decide to do the things daily that align with the choices you're making, and then let the rest, go to the collective wisdom and allow the flow of that day to day. And there's quantum connection. There's all this stuff that we talk about in the groups that we do, and even on my live streams. So that's a whole nother topic. So let's talk about that another time. Let me pull a question card for you, Pamela, for your journal. And let me know if you watched the replay. If you're going to join me tonight in D-Lab, it's your last chance. Greg says, let down the walls. Thank you, honey. And I do have a space for one-to-one. I'm sure it's going to fill up pretty quickly now that we've got the D-Lab up and running. How do I feel when I'm wise? You got wise and wisdom, Pamela. Look at that. Oh, and look at this. Why am I supported? And how do I feel when I am supported? And why am I spiritual? Those are some good questions for you, Pamela. So thank you for joining me today, everybody. Hey, Lara. And I'm going to pop into the D-Lab now. So Lara and Laura and whoever else that's in the D-Lab, come and join us. I'm going to just get intimate with you girls and Guy and anybody else that's going to join us. And thank you so much for joining me. Remember, own your frequency. There's nobody like you. Go and love my business page. Meet me on Instagram. See you next time. Bye.